Last week at EICMA in Milan, Italy, KTM unveiled a slew of new motorcycles. One of the many crowd favorites was the all-new KTM 890 Duke R, a quicker and lighter version of the already loved KTM 790 Duke that launched in 2018. KTM 790 Duke, dubbed the Scalpel, has been well received since its launch, but hardcore sport riders look down their noses at the bike's merely average suspension and brakes. That all changes with the introduction of the 890 Duke R, which is everything we hoped for the 790 and even more. Sharp just got sharper, boasts KTM. The 890 Duke R is recognizable from its 790 sibling by its top-shelf Brembo Stylema monoblock brakes and fully adjustable WP Apex fork, as well as by its orange wheels shod with Michelin's new Power Cup 2 Sport tires. A claimed dry weight of just 366 pounds makes it 51 pounds lighter than its 1290 Super Duke R brother. Now, how did KTM upgrade the 790 Duke to the 890 Duke R? Well, first the obvious, a bigger engine. Bore and stroke sizes go up to produce a displacement of 889 cc's. Bigger valves and a higher compression ratio help bump horsepower 16 ponies to a reported 119 at 9,250 RPMs, 250 revs higher than the 790's peak. Meanwhile, the added displacement pays torque dividends, producing an additional 9 pound-feet at 250 RPM earlier than the 790, now up to 73 pound-feet. The frame remains the same aside from its new orange color, but the suspension is all new, a certain upgrade from the somewhat flaccid and minimally adjustable units on the 790 Duke. WP's latest Apex suspension graces the 890 Duke R, leading with a fully adjustable 43mm inverted fork. The Apex shock includes provisions for adjusting high and low speed compression dampening, as well as rebound dampening. A hydraulic preload adjuster is a handy feature for setting up the bike for various loads. The new suspension and its greater wheel travel, 5.5 and 5.9 inches front and rear, have an effect on the chassis geometry. Rake extends slightly from 24 to 24.3 degrees, while trail goes up to a skosh from 98 to 99.7 millimeters. Together with a wheelbase stretched a hair from 58.1 to 58.3 inches, the 890 Duke R should have a tad extra stability. The seat height lifts from 32.5 to 32.8 inches because of the adjustments. The 890 receives a slew of additional upgrades. One of them is Brembo's wonderful Stylema monoblock brake calipers. Addressing one of the 790's few weak points, they bite on a 320mm rotor. Other nice bits are Brembo's MCS radial pump master cylinder, which has adjustable lever ratio, and braided steel brake lines. The brake system is more than 2 pounds lighter than the 790's components. An IMU, inertial measurement unit, informs a Bosch 9.1 MP controller to provide cornering ABS and switchable traction control. An optional track mode adds another level of TC to the 3-level adjustable TC on the stock bike. Ergonomics are slightly racier, as its tapered aluminum handlebars lower and footpegs are higher and further rearward. The handlebar location is customizable to 4 positions via its mounting on the triple clamp, as well by rotating it. The fuel tank remains unchanged, still at a 3.78 gallons. KTM says the 890 Duke R has lost 6.6 pounds compared to the 790 Duke, bringing its dry weight down to a petite 366 pounds. That's an incredible 51 pounds lighter than the all-new Super Duke R, which should make the new 890 incredibly swift down any twisty canyon road. Now, all of this sounds pretty amazing, right? Well, there is a downside. What is it? Well, the 890 Duke R won't make it to the US shores until late fall of next year as a 2021 model. Until then, we have to wait. So that's all I have for you today, but before I leave, what are your thoughts on the KTM 890 Duke R? Did you expect KTM to launch this bike? Did they need to launch this bike? Let me know in the comments below if you think this bike will find a market in the US when it launches later next year.